All right, so I got my rock in. Still got to get a lot more to finish up from here going over. So I'm getting smaller boulders. Some more of this side will go right over in here. And then I need more to come down here to fill in around this part right here, going down to the water, going around mostly over here, just to keep. And there are a lot of rocks underneath the greenery already, to help retain the hillside from erosion when the water goes down. But for the sake of looking clean, at least for the next 5 to 10 years, I would like to get some bigger boulders and stuff like that, just to do right here. That's not cheap. That was very expensive, and it didn't go nearly, that right there did not go nearly as far. And the size of these boulders, camera just doesn't do it justice. But you know, so that gives you an idea. Of course, that's probably one of the biggest in here, but they're all about just shy of that size. And yeah, so it's just hard to get it down here with my tractor. To scoop them up is just not an easy thing for that little, well, it's a big bucket, but it's little for these things. So I need to get something that's more around a foot in diameter to finish up. Maybe do a consistent 1 to 2 foot for here. So this spot is quickly becoming one of my favorite spots on the property. And I hope I'm not wasting a lot of energy and money and resources and time in town. Up that way, you have people that actually leveled out, or not leveled, but tapered down their whole entire property line down to the river and then planted nothing but grass. And the grass is able to maintain the soil from erosion with the ebb and flow of the river. So my hope is that with this grass seed that'll come up, and all of this will be grass and rock, and then outside of that it'll just be this, which will continue to hold back and hold the soil in from the erosion. But get a picnic table out here easily will be one of my favorite places, and probably one of the favorite most used spaces by people that, if the good Lord allows me to move forward with the vision of having Airbnb cabins on this property, to where this would be one of those locations that they would come. So the river's up a little higher. So the water was actually 2 days ago was up right there. So all that rain that we got in the storms brought it up a good 2 feet. Not in depth, but just in claiming land. Easily 2 feet, probably 3 feet more like it. Without my boots on, I gotta walk slowly around the rocks and everything because of the copperheads that we have. So right now it's Thursday. And like I've been telling everyone, you know, for the most part I pay cash for everything. And I save up what I can and then buy what I can. So, the guys that came out and delivered the rock for me, they did me a favor and split I wrote 2 checks for this delivery. So at 50-50 each check, the total cost, so they can tomorrow cash one, and then in 2 more Fridays cash the second. And it's not necessarily that I don't have the full amount to pay them tomorrow. It's just that there was a huge expense, thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, well, the pool pretty much, I paid cash for our pool, and that pretty much cleared out most of my savings. And then I had a big expense. I mean, this was a big expense, but I'm talking a big expense. Just a couple days ago. And they were going to work out payments for me. I was like, okay, I'm just going to pay the whole thing off and just use the rest of my money in my savings account. Except for like $500. And that's what I did. It was thousands and thousands of dollars that I just paid them just to have it paid off. Makes me feel better, but then I question because I have this expense I forgot about, that I already ordered the rock, and then I have one other expense that's coming in. I was expecting it this week or next, which is a few $100s for the cow, the processing of my cow. Took one of my girls in and to a meat packing company, to a butcher, and they dispatched her for me. And well, I would assume they have already. They don't dispatch the animal until they're ready to actually butcher, so it stays very fresh, and they don't have to worry about freezer space. So last week they told me it would be ready this week, but I haven't heard from them. So Anyways, that's that. Dave Ramsey said, you want to live like today, meaning take all your excess cash, build up an emergency fund, and then all your excess cash, instead of going out to clubs, going out spending, buying new stuff that you really don't need, going on vacations, pay off your debt. Right? So you are living unlike no one else. So the saying goes, live today like no one else. So tomorrow, meaning at retirement, you can live like no one else. So when you retire, you really don't have, you're still, usually most people, because of the way we here in America live, still have a mortgage, still have all that debt. And they need to have around the same amount of money, or at least around 50%, right, of what they were bringing in to sustain, because kids are out at home by now, unless you know, helping take care of your kids, grandkids or something. But or you're like me and you're 58 and still have a 2-year-old in the house. But for the most part, you still need to bring in quite a bit of money. But when Dave Ramsey says, live like no one today, so you can live like no one can tomorrow, is a true saying. I love being debt-free. Once I got paid everything off and I lived that way, and all my excess cash and all my excess money and everything, I mean, I liquidated everything. Just even my stocks, when things started going wacky and we got these projections, I was like, okay, I lose this money, the market goes south, and then I still have all this debt, and I'm so close to retirement. What am I going to do? So I paid off everything. I just, over the last 10 years, I started just paying off debt, putting extra money, doing the snowball effect. And no one knows what that is, basically you look at one of your highest interest debt. You look at all your credit cards mostly first, and you see what has the smallest amount still owed. You look at all your excess after all your bills, your monthly bills, your gas, your food, everything, and you bite the bullet and you take that excess money you have and you apply it to that debt until it's paid off. So let's just say that debt was $60 a month. Then the following month, after that debt's paid off, you continue to bite the bullet with the same amount that you've been paying in excess, along with the $60, and you apply it to your next debt. If it comes down to 2 credit cards that have equal amount of debt, then you focus on the one with the highest interest rates, right? And then it's slow to start, and it's kind of painful. But once you get 1-2 debts paid off, and you have, next thing you know, you have like $700 a month that you're applying to debt. And then next thing you know, your car is paid off within a year. And next thing, your next car is paid off within a year, maybe less. And then now you have like $1,500, $2,000 that apply, that you're from all your debt now is going towards your mortgage. So now you take the $2,000 plus, let's just say your mortgage is $1,000. You got $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year. You still owe about $110,000 on the house, right? A little over 3 years, you're debt-free, 100%. So that's what debt snowball is and how it works. And of course, you want to build up an emergency account so it doesn't set you back. Like an engine breaks down or something and you need repairs, hot water tank goes out. Those things are inevitable, and you need to be prepared for that while you're focusing on your debt. But if you can get yourself debt-free within 3 to 5 years, 100%, trust me, believe me, it's worth it. Even when you're young and you got kids. Even more so then, because you don't have as much debt. And you don't have as much income. And just, trust me, when you can sit there and everything is paid off, and then you're getting in thousands of dollars a month with only usage charges, electric, water, insurance, and these kind of things. And you're sitting there and you have, a month, let's just say between two husband and wife, you have $3,000-$4,000 of spending cash each month, and you start putting that away. You start putting it, you're building your emergency funds, you start you just live a way that to prepare for, and you can start to actually go out, and if you need a new refrigerator or you just want that new dishwasher, right, that has both the 2-in-1 washer and dryer combo, which I'm looking at, you can go ahead and go and pay cash for it. Just walk in and just within 1 month's worth of pay, let's just say you used to live on, 5 years ago, you used to live on $800 for gas and groceries and entertainment and whatever else. Now, $600 to $800. Now you're bringing in, now you have $4,000, $3,000 to $5,000. Let's just say $3,000 to $4,000. Even if it was just $3,000 a month in disposable income, and you want to buy that, shoot, you could pay cash just with one month checks, of which are those things are going for $2,100. You still have $900 left over for the month after all your bills, everything, just like before. And you got a huge emergency account sitting there, and you have $900 for your groceries and whatever you want to do for the month. You just buckle down. And then, your checks come in, and now you're back getting the $3,000 a month again that you use, and putting away $1,000, $1,500 a month, I know that's a lot of rambling I'm doing, but let me tell you, the Lord says that you are a slave to a lender. So if you owe someone debt, if you have a loan and you owe them, you're a slave to them. In his eyes. Live according to the ways of the kingdom, and you shall live a life of freedom. Yep. Live today like no one else, so you can live like no one else tomorrow. And you can go on vacations and everything else, and cruises, the Lord willing, if the earth is still around and knuckleheads are not somehow done away with. That's running things. See ya.